Welcome to English Vibes.
Okay, so let's talk about that feeling. You know the one where you're learning a language, you're studying, but you just feel stuck, like you can't actually speak.
Right. And what if the reason you're stuck, the thing holding you back, isn't really about talent or not having the right books?
Yeah, what if it's simpler? Like the real bottleneck isn't grammar rules, but
Yes.
just the act of waiting.
Waiting to be good enough. We hear that constantly.
Exactly. You pour over textbooks, maybe you understand movies pretty well, but then boom, moment of truth, someone asks you something, and freeze.
Total freeze. It's incredibly common.
So we really dove into the research you sent over, and honestly, the core idea is kind of revolutionary because it's so practical.
Mm-hmm. It flips the script.
It really does. It boils down to this. You are never going to just wake up one morning magically fluent. It's not a light switch.
No. You wake up practicing. That's the reality. Fluency is built, not found.
So our mission today really is to cut through that paralysis, that waiting game. We want to give you a concrete plan, 5 steps.
Yep, an action plan designed specifically to get you past the waiting and actually start building that speaking muscle, like right away.
But first, we need to identify the real bad guy here.
Ah, yes. The hidden enemy. And it's subtle, isn't it? It's perfectionism.
Perfectionism, it sounds noble almost.
Well, that's how it gets you. The sources were super clear on this. It doesn't walk in saying, I'm fear of failure. No, it disguises itself
As what?
as preparation. That little voice saying, oh, I'll practice speaking when I know more words, or I'll join that conversation group when I'm, ready.
It sounds familiar. When I'm ready.
Exactly. And that promise of ready, it's a mirage. It just pushes things off forever. You keep loading the gun, mentally speaking, but you never actually pull the trigger.
And the result, if you don't use it.
You lose it, or rather you never build it in the first place. The speaking muscle, it just atrophies. It weakens from lack of use.
Because fluency isn't something you just know, it's something you do. It lives in the action.
Absolutely. It's an output skill. You can read, 100 books about swimming theory, right?
Right. Know all the strokes.
But if you never actually jump in the pool and thrash around a bit, you're not a swimmer. You're just someone who knows a lot about swimming.
Okay, so step 1 isn't more vocabulary flashcards.
Definitely not. Step 1 is a mental reset, a psychological shift. We have to move away from that avoidance tactic where preparation just becomes procrastination and jump into, immediate, messy action.
So changing that internal script, instead of, I can't speak until I master the subjunctive, it's more like,
Okay, I'm going to try now. And whatever breaks, whatever doesn't work, that's the one thing I'll focus on improving next.
okay, that's a big shift. And central to making that work, you mentioned something about how we view mistakes.
Yes. This is critical. You have to stop seeing mistakes as reflections of your inadequacy. They're not failures.
Yeah.
They're data, just pure, simple, incredibly valuable data.
Data points. That sounds a bit cold, maybe.
Yeah.
For something like talking.
Maybe, but think about how useful it is. It tells you exactly what needs attention. Like a GPS in your car.
Right.
If you take a wrong turn, make a mistake, what does the GPS do? It doesn't yell at you, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't judge your driving skills.
No, just recalculates, tells you where to go next.
Precisely. Every mistake in speaking a word you couldn't find, a grammar fumble, maybe awkward phrasing, it's just the GPS recalibrating. It's showing you, okay, this needs work, this pronunciation, this connection word.
And if you stay silent because you're afraid of mistakes,
You get zero data, zero recalibration. You just stay stuck on the same road.
that makes a lot of sense. The fear of the mistake is actually worse than the mistake itself.
Far worse. It leads to silence, which guarantees zero progress. So we need to prioritize action generating that data over silence, which only protects a fragile illusion of perfection.
Okay, mind shifted. Waiting is the enemy. Mistakes are data. Now, how do we actually force ourselves to generate that data? We need the tools, the action plan.
Right. And this 5-step plan is all about making the first move ridiculously easy. It uses micro commitments, tiny steps.
So small, your brain can't really argue against doing them.
Exactly. Low stakes, high reward in terms of breaking inertia.
All right, let's dive in. Step 1, the immediate activation.
Okay. Step 1, speak for 60 seconds. That's it.
Just 60 seconds. How?
Grab your phone, open the voice recorder app, hit record, and talk for exactly 1 minute.
Why 60 seconds? Why that specific time?
It seems to be a psychological sweet spot based on the research. It's short enough that it doesn't feel like this huge, scary task, but it's long enough that you actually have to, produce language, retrieve words, form sentences. It gets the engine running.
And what do you talk about? Anything specific?
Keep it simple. Very simple, unscripted, personal. Talk about what you have for breakfast, what you did this morning. Just use a prompt like today or right now I'm thinking about, and just keep going for that full minute.
Okay, but what about the rules? Because my instinct would be to pause, look up a word.
Ah, yes. The rules are crucial and strict.
Yeah.
Rule 1, absolutely no pausing to think or translate in your head.
Oh.
Rule 2, no editing. No stopping and restarting. If you stumble, if you forget a word, if your grammar goes wonky, you just push through, keep talking.
Wow. So the goal isn't a good recording.
Not at this stage, no. The goal is a raw recording. Authentic, messy, real output. That's your first piece of data. And you don't even need to listen back right away. Just save it. You did it. You spoke.
Okay, so you've bypassed the perfectionist brain, forced the action. You have this gloriously messy, as you say, 60 seconds of actual speaking. What's next? Step 2.
Step 2, notice, don't judge. This is the positive audit.
All right, so now I listen back.
Yes, listen to that 60-second clip,
Yeah.
but only once. And here's the kicker, the really hard part for most people.
Oh,
You are not allowed to criticize it at all. No focusing on the errors. Instead, your job is to find and write down 3 things you did well.
wait. 3 things I did well, even if it felt like a total disaster.
Yeah.
What if I can't find 3 things?
You almost always can if you look generously. And yes, the research really emphasizes this positive focus first. 3 wins. It seems counterintuitive, I know. Most language classes focus on correction, right? Red pen everywhere.
Absolutely. Find the mistakes, fix the mistakes.
But constant negative feedback, what the research shows is it can flood your system with cortisol, the stress hormone. It actually shuts down the learning and motivation centers in your brain. You just want to quit.
Okay, so focusing on wins builds momentum instead of frustration.
Exactly. It creates a positive feedback loop. And a win can be small. Maybe your rhythm sounded okay on one sentence. Maybe you used a tricky vocabulary word correctly just once. Maybe a phrase just sounded natural.
So that source tip, 3 wins 1 perfect sentence. That's the core here.
That's the anchor. You're shifting how you measure success. It's not about eliminating every error immediately. It's about accumulating these small positive moments, recognizing you did achieve something.
Right. You're building confidence, seeing that even in the mess, there was some success. You're not starting from absolute zero. Okay, that feels better. Now what? You've got your 3 wins. What about the data, the mistakes?
Now we use them. But strategically, step 3, fix one thing. Focused improvement.
Okay, so look at the recording again, identify the errors.
Yes, but based on that recording, you pick one. Just one single small thing to target.
Only 1. But what if I made like 10 different kinds of mistakes? Shouldn't I try to fix more?
No, just one. Think about cognitive load. Your brain is already working hard just to speak in real time. Trying to simultaneously monitor and fix, say, 5 different grammar points or pronunciation issues, it's too much.
You end up fixing nothing properly.
Pretty much.
Huh.
So you isolate. If your recording showed you consistently struggled with, I don't know, the sound, that's your target. Just
Right.
that. Or maybe you kept using the wrong tense after if. That specific structure becomes your single focus.
Okay, pick one tiny target.
And then
Then you practice only that one thing for just 5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Find examples. Say them out loud. Drill that one specific pronunciation or phrase. 5 focus minutes. The barrier to entry is super low, which makes it easier to do consistently day after day.
Manageable chunks. Okay, I like that. 5 minutes of targeted practice. And that leads to...
That leads directly into the feedback loop. Step 4. Repeat and record again. Compounding progress.
So after the 5 minutes of practice on my one thing,
Immediately record another 60-second clip. Hit record again. Talk about something totally different this time, maybe your favorite movie or plans for the weekend, whatever.
and the key is...
The key is, while you're talking the second time, you consciously try to implement that one fix you just spent 5 minutes practicing. You focus on nailing the sound or using that if clause correctly.
Ah, okay, so you're testing the fix immediately.
Exactly. And then, the powerful part, listen to recording 1 and recording 2 back-to-back. Compare them.
And what should I expect to hear?
You should expect to hear improvement on that one specific thing. The research calls this compounding the delta, seeing that small but immediate progress. Because you focus so narrowly, that one element will likely sound better in the second recording, even if other parts are still messy.
Right. Even if the rest is still a work in progress, you hear that the 5 minutes of focused effort actually worked on that one point.
And that small, concrete success is incredibly motivating. It proves the method works, it proves you can improve, and it makes you want to do it again tomorrow. It moves the needle instantly.
Okay, that makes sense. Activation, positive audit. Fix one thing, record again to see the difference. What's the final step? Step 5.
Step 5, share one brave thing. This is about accountability, locking in the habit.
Accountability, meaning
Yeah.
showing someone.
Yep. This takes it from a private exercise to a commitment. The research is pretty clear. Adding some kind of external accountability is one of the best ways to accelerate progress and make sure you stick with it.
Do I have to, post my messy 60-second recording online for everyone? That sounds terrifying.
Aha. No, not necessarily. Although some people do find that motivating in dedicated communities. But it could be much simpler. Just text the second recording the slightly improved one-to-one trusted friend, someone supportive.
Okay, just one person.
Or maybe use a specific community tag. The point isn't necessarily public performance. It's the act of committing to showing someone. That simple commitment often provides the push needed to actually do steps 1 through 4 consistently.
Yeah, knowing someone else might hear it makes you more likely to actually do the recording and the practice.
Exactly. And we're seeing this work. The sources even mentioned using something like a specific hashtag. They suggested hashtag #SpeakFlowChallenge to kind of create a shared sense of purpose around this, turning those individual messy steps into a collective journey.
Sharing the bravery. I like that.
And this community aspect, this sharing, it also helps tackle that other big fear that often keeps people silent, that lingering myth.
Ah, yes. The accent myth. The idea that fluent means sounding exactly like a native speaker, perfect accent and all.
Right. Which is paralyzing for so many learners. But the truth, the goal we should really be aiming for is different. It's about clear meaning. It's about confidence.
So distinguishing between perfect linguistic knowledge versus just being understood.
Precisely. Linguistic competence, that ideal, error-free, native-like level versus communicative competence, which is simply, can you get your message across effectively? Can people understand what you mean, even if you have an accent, even if you make occasional mistakes?
And communicative competence is the real goal for fluency.
Absolutely. Worrying about perfecting your accent before you speak is just another form of that perfectionism trap. It keeps you silent.
Your accent isn't the problem. Silence is the problem.
That's the mantra. Focus on clarity. Focus on being understood. That is the practical measure of success in real-world conversation.
Okay. And to keep building that communicative competence beyond this 5-step cycle, is there value in just talking more, even to yourself?
Huge value. Keep engaging that speaking muscle. The outline mentioned guided practice things like setting a timer for 2 minutes and just talking aloud about a simple prompt.
Like my proudest moment this week was, or I want to improve my English because.
Exactly. Those kinds of prompts force you to pull together vocabulary and structure under a little bit of time pressure, just like a real conversation. It's excellent practice, even if nobody else is listening. It keeps the pathways active.
Okay. So we've gone from identifying the problem waiting, perfectionism, to a clear 5-step plan to break through it. The goal now is immediate action.
No more waiting to gather enough vocabulary or grammar. The time to use what you already have, however imperfectly, is right now.
So let's make this super concrete. For everyone listening, here is your challenge. Your immediate 3-part challenge. Don't wait until tomorrow. Do this today.
Get the ball rolling now.
First, record 60 seconds. Find your phone, hit record, talk about anything for 1 minute. Messy is fine. Just get that first piece of data. Do it before you even check your next notification.
Second, note 3 wins. Listen back once. Fight the urge to criticize. Find 3 small things, anything that went okay. Write them down. Build that positive loop.
And third, fix one thing. Pick one tiny element from your recording to improve. Practice it for just 5 minutes. Then, the brave part, record again and share that second attempt. Send it to a friend or use the hashtag #SpeakFlowChallenge. Take that step.
Because progress starts with that first recording.
Yeah.
And remember, the longer you wait,
The longer you stay exactly where you are right now.
and maybe just this final thought, something that really resonated from the research. You are absolutely allowed to sound messy.
Yes.
You're allowed to stumble. You're allowed to not have the perfect word. That's part of the process. What you're not allowed to do if you truly want to speak is stay silent forever.
Speak now.
Speak now. The moment you start, you're on the path. everything else. Really, it's just practice.